Boots on the Ground initiative, we're at South Boston Library here in Virginia, and we have giveaways from pizza to soda to bags that we're giving to the youth, but more importantly, we're giving them information and we're communicating to the youth with their own language.
Boots on the ground is a military term.
What have you learned?
Right? And when you hear about a war,
we at Walmart, we gotta pass out the flyers for them all.
You hear that the first responders are called, we have boots on the ground. So we find ourselves in the community today seeing that we need boots on the ground, because the change, the effective change that we need in our communities, you're not gonna do it from the couch. It's not gonna happen from the couch. A little bit more about myself. I did 14 years in prison as a product of,
If I have to, I'll come down here and get you myself.
not having my father there, right? Running around in these streets, wildly, crazily, right? And
With my guy.
what happened is I got my mind, I got my heart together.
We just want you to be able to think.
I want to make an effective change in the community.
You know you're board graduate.
In turn, one of the things that was a passion for me was motivational speaking. I knew that's how I could give back to the community.
We're talking about a possible career for you, which is the maritime merchant.
So in turn, I started going to alternative schools speaking.
So we want the children to be able to cross over to you, and you to be able to cross over to the children effectively.
I'm here because of hard work and consistency about what change looks like. And I tell that to those young men each and every time they see me, because we're gonna show up over and over and over and over again, because a lot of times in our community, we show up and we don't show up no more, right? So with that said, I wanna bring forth our first youth speaker from BTYS. His name is Young Sean. Where's Young Sean at?
So my name is Sean, and I'm from Martinsville, Virginia. I'm a kid who was incarcerated for committing crimes, but I'm on a better track right now. I'm in a group home, BTYS. That really helped me out. I think I'm doing better than I was before.
You ever seen somebody get bullied before?
Yeah.
Did you do anything about it?
Yeah, I did.
Really? Can you tell me what you did?
So what will it take to be successful in life? First, you need to dream big, have a better mindset about things. You know, think about it in an adult way. Even if you're a kid, it takes a lot of things to be successful in life, especially in this society. But it's possible. You need to stay on the right track, which means getting a job, having a stable flow of income, and getting a stable house, which means just, living a normal life. You need to listen to family first and foremost. Family's important. They help you to keep your mindset right. You need to stay around positive people and just trust yourself. You gotta think from your heart, think from your mind. Trust yourself. It takes a lot to change. Me personally, I think I've learned how to do it pretty well. I think I'm doing pretty well right now. I need to fix my life, but I'm on the right track. I'm out of trouble, staying clean, hanging out with a better crowd. And I'm working hard, but I believe if I can do it, anybody can. Overall, what I'm saying, I think it's possible to do the right thing. Just keep trying to never give up. Keep the right mindset and dream big. But overall, it's not that hard. I'm a kid, I'm 13, but I think I've gotten a pretty mature mindset from what I've been through and the things that I've done, the people I used to hang around. But I'm trying to do better, and I think I'm doing pretty good. Just myself, being myself. Lord, child. Lord.
You got through it.
We want to be able to put him in a position to do something that has purpose and drive that he loves, and that's motivational speaking. This young man that I'm about to bring up is going to tell you a little bit about his story.
I realized that other people's feelings matter too, not just mine. And my mindset's way better now. It took a long time.
I present to you Joseph Akers.
How y'all doing?
Good, how about you?
I just want to tell y'all, I'd like to thank some of my teachers that's here in the crowd, and especially Sean, for giving me a chance. And I just wanted to tell y'all, when I first started, when I moved down here, I ain't see no future for myself, and I really ain't care about school at the time. But with the help of people and teachers and everything, they got me through it. But what I want y'all to know is the gang life, y'all don't want to get into that and be in school at the same time, because it ain't gonna end good.
They don't put a value on living.
I've been kicked out of school most of my whole life, going back and forth.
And you remember that night, Sean, when you working the party on North Main Street and Joseph was out?
Just here and there.
And he probably should have got arrested that night. But I said, Joseph, just go home. Joseph went home that night.
We latched on to Joseph, man, 3 years ago when he was at Rivermont. And I ain't let go of it.
Didn't want to do my work or anything, so I just had to get my stuff together and keep on coming back.
Joseph is just the beginning.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many more in this community that need outreach, need help, need direction.
And sometimes they just need to see that one first, you know, and not seem like they are square, you know. That's why I really commend, you know, Joseph for stepping out the way that he did and does.
All I can tell y'all is really just keep going. It never leads to nothing good hanging around bad influences. Just stay out of trouble. Don't hang around people that's gonna get you in trouble all the time, because you ain't gonna end nowhere but in a graveyard or a prison cell.
And that is one of the reasons that we're here. That is one of the reasons that we're in the street, is because I don't want to see it no more.
I just want y'all to do good in school and don't hang out here in the streets, because you're just gonna end up somewhere you don't wanna be and hanging around people you don't wanna hang around. And I know from experience, you just don't wanna end up there in that place. Thank y'all.
Joseph was nervous, of course. It's his first time. But one of the first things he said to me was, I want to do what you do. I want to speak.
So we want to sow into Joseph now, and hopefully you guys will continue to sow into the Boots on the Ground program. I want to do something today. I want to give you $50 for your first speaking engagement, man.
We fulfilled a dream and a goal today. Three years it took. But let me tell you a little bit more about that process, right? Because what people don't know is that Joseph graduated in June. He graduated in June. I tell people that young man was 9 toes in the penitentiary. 9 toes in the penitentiary. And this village that was around him, such as this lady. Such as this lady. She came back there and she said he threw a chair in the 9th grade. Look at him now.
This young man has a village wrapped around him.
So don't count these kids out, parents. Don't count our kids out. All right? What I want the parents to understand that I didn't go looking for him. Right? Social workers started calling. Sean, we can't find Joseph. He relates to you.
If someone would have told me 25 years ago that I would be sitting in a church with a cop, right? Having this conversation, I'd punch him in the mouth.
Can you go find him? He got 2 more days and they're gonna kick him out of school. Boots on the ground, we spring into action. I go running through Chase City, I find him, right? Take him out to eat. I talked about a bridging of a gap. The problem was people was talking at him and not to him. I just listened. What they didn't know was that the reason he wasn't in school because he had a younger brother. And his younger brother had gotten the street. And he knew what the street was doing.
First murder back in 2016, guy was shot execution style right here.
What?
That's what led to the murder on Inlet Street. That started a string of violence, string of gang-related shootings that we were having.
He didn't want that to happen for his little brother. So the harsh reality for our children, they got to make up some real grown decisions. Real grown decisions. What's more important, my little brother that could die out here or school? I know what I'm gonna choose. My brother, right? especially when you're that young.
A lack of education is a cocktail, man, for crime.
I couldn't tell him what to do. I just encouraged. Man, listen, I got a GED in prison, bruh. And it's hard coming home at 40 years old to a blow-up bed at your mama house. And that's all you got. Took me 15 years to amass $300. 15 cents an hour. That's what's waiting for you. If you choose that life, that's what's waiting on you. Cause like Red Roof Inn, the penitentiary always got a light on for you. And that's real. So I listened to him. And I said, listen, bro, I can't tell you what to do and what not to do. But just let me encourage you. If you do go back, it'll get greater later. Right? And he did. And he kept going back. And he kept going back. Right? And he graduated. So give him a round of applause for that. But to the parents, we have to learn to listen to our children. I know it's hard working day in and day out. I know it's hard being single mothers, single fathers. I know that's hard. But we gotta take that time out, right? Tell them to put the console down for the evening. Let's get off Facebook for the evening. Let's go out. Let's just take a walk. Let me find a way. Because the thing is that we find ourselves trying to surf in a tsunami, right? It's already done happened. Everything done already took place because they're our children. We wake up, where my baby at? I can't recognize him no more. She ain't coming in like she used to. That ain't happened overnight. It is not your fault. Let me say that, because a lot of time as parents, you give all that you got and we still run. So let's say that first, right? But in the same token, we gotta learn to bridge the gap, right? So I went and got the youth that can talk that language, that I can't talk, that we can't talk, right? So that's my advice to parents, to the children, to the youth. You have to give your parents a break. You have to give your parents a break. And what I mean by giving them a break is by listening, right? I know a lot of times we think that, you don't know what you're talking about. I know better than you, right? For 12 years straight. For 12 years straight. Say it again. 12 years straight. I worried my mother almost to death. For 12 years straight. I'm in and out of court. I'm getting kicked out of school. I'm fighting. I'm toting guns. I'm shooting. I'm doing this. I'm selling crack. I did everything under the sun. I put more gray hair in my mother's head than old age ever could. My mother needed a break. We gotta give our parents a break. We gotta give them a break. We gotta learn what gratitude looks like. If you don't know the word, teach it to them. Instead of saying, oh, you ain't grateful for nothing. Okay, why should I be grateful, Mom? Then you explain it to your children. Because these two men right here, what would happen if we wanted to have hot water when we was on power tan? What would you have to do at night? You'd have to take cold water, because there's only cold water in the whole institution. So you would have to take a coffee bag and fill it up, and then there was a steam pipe that ran through the floor. That's how you heat the cell. We'd have to tie it around the pole to get hot water in the morning if you wanted to wash your face with hot water. That's what's waiting on you. That's what's waiting on you. Them rappers lying. They lying to you. They ain't went. They got college degrees. 2 Chainz got a master's degree, trust me. You can go look at it. You gotta give your parents a break. We gotta give our parents a break. My name is Sean A. Barksdale. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you so much. And we're gonna feed these children, get these bags out. So we want to talk about today. So what did y'all learn today?
Do not go down a wrong road.
Do not go around the wrong road.
You want me to say
The right thing.
I learned that pretty much rappers don't really line in rap most of the time.
That is
Most
correct.
2 Chainz got a master's degree.
He does.
I didn't actually know that one.
Yeah.
Me either.
He does. He does.
Who else? What else? I learned that the homie actually knows how to talk in front of people. Sean.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy. How are you? Hey, how are you? Did you get anything? Were you able to get anything? You get some pizza? There you go. You got what you needed. So listen, this is the end of our Boots on the Ground youth speaking engagement, back to school event. We had plenty of pizzas, plenty of sodas, plenty of bags, great speakers. The youth came out and spoke. The community came out and showed and proved that they are about having their boots on the ground. We really appreciate everybody's support in the community. We thank the library, we thank our local law enforcement, we thank Matthew McCargo, of course, for coming out and supporting. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.